understand this song, even if you're a young fruit bat. Okay, let's just get it over with. I realize I have on my pajama shirt, okay, but this is the look that my 19-year-old daughter would say. What's your thought process with that? Like, you want to exude the thought of, like, I still look good even though I'm wearing this? Really? Isn't that funny? I have on cute earrings. That's all that matters. I'm on my way somewhere because I'm having a situation, and that's all I have to say about that. But listen to this. First of all, there's a house in my neighborhood. This has nothing to do with anything, but Christopher was busy doing some project for his final ending of school, and he had to focus. He couldn't even listen to music, and he made me turn my YouTube down, which was wrong, and he couldn't focus. So anyway, there is a house in my neighborhood, that's what I'm telling y'all, that it used to kind of look abandoned. It's over on the side street, and now somebody's gone in and they're totally gutting it, and they've done the yard and all this. So it's really exciting because I don't want that house bringing my property value down. You see how it relates to me. But also, I called the guy's number because there's a landscaper and lawn service working there, and I said, hey, did you want to ride by? Like, you're in my neighborhood and you could just, all I want my grass, I want like the value cut, okay, like I get on my dogs. I want it scalped down and I want it weeded and blowed, and I would really like it done for $20. I mean, it's 2 acres, but it wouldn't take you but a minute, and I'm not really picky, you know what I'm saying? Well, he said he would come by and give me an estimate, and friends, I'm going to give you a second to just tally up in your mind how much you think that would be, okay? And then I'm gonna listen to what you say. $50, you say? $60? No, I hope you're sitting down. $150, because he said my yard was a mess. And friends, I got out there the other day with Christopher, and my friend Gerald came over and helped, and we picked up all these sticks, and like, it's clean. It just needs to be mowed. That's all, just mowed. And I don't have a mower, and those suckers are expensive. So I was like, man, is this like, I can't pay that. I was thinking, like, I could call you out every month and get some maintenance lawn work, but I can't pay that, you know. But there is this college student that does lawns, and he's gonna come over Saturday, and I'm gonna wheel and deal with this boy, and we're gonna work something out. See, Christopher would do the lawn and all, but it's almost impossible to do with a push mower. This is a huge yard, y'all, and even though he doesn't complain or anything, but I tried to get a push mower, and I got one that was used, and anyway, this is a long story that has nothing to do with what I came to talk about, but anyway, it just wasn't cutting it, okay, and so I had to sell it to the pawn shop. I bought it new, and I did reap my money back, but still, it was a problem. So, y'all, I'm telling you that because Christopher wouldn't listen. He was too busy. I'm coming to you to talk about this. Are you ready? Here's the thing. People always tell me, well, you know, so-and-so makes me feel a certain way, and I can't do my new diet and lifestyle. So-and-so makes me feel a certain way, and I feel stressed, and then I get off my plan. Or this person does this to me, or you are allowing that. I know, because I did that for my whole life. Until like the last 5 or 6 years have I reined that in. And I have studied up on this, and I have learned basically forgiveness, and that everything is not just black or white. There are gray areas, and to allow the grayness, you know, to not, you know, my health didn't really improve until I took a holistic approach. I mean a holistic approach by body, soul, mind, and spirit. Not going around spewing out hate in the vegan community to other vegans, by the way, because they're not doing it the way you do it, or I don't know that that's causing people's health to rise, but still, is it our job to beat everybody down? Is that going to, in the end, bring you health because you're holding in this? No! You could have the greatest diet, pristine exercise regimen. You're running all your water through a reverse osmosis pH system. You are doing all this, okay? You're living in Ecuador where the air is clean and not down here where there's smog. I mean, you see what I'm saying? And you could still be creating disease in your body through your hatred towards others. And isn't it ironic how much hate is going on in the vegan community? I find it absurd, don't y'all? And don't we need to stop the hate? Down with hate and up with love. You know, isn't that what we're about? Showing compassion and love. And I personally don't find that I've ever brought anybody to my thinking through the venue of hate. But anyway, that's not the point. So what I want to talk about is energy vampires, okay? I want to talk about haters and people that are naysayers, and they're down on you, they're dogging you, they're doing something to you. Guess what? You and I are giving them the control of this, right? We are giving our control and vital force away to this and these people, and we could actually be creating disease in our own body through that. Wouldn't that be disgusting? Wouldn't it be disgusting if I, as a raw vegan, low-fat raw vegan for 9.5 years, vegan for 15 years, was harboring hate towards people and resentment and actually blocking up and clogging up my body and creating disease, though all these years I've tried to learn and spend so much time and study and buy food, and how much organic can I buy, and what's the right ratios and all these things, but yet in the meantime I'm holding on to resentment. You know, a lot of y'all have seen my video called Divorce, Rise from the Ashes, Butterfly. And I also had a video where I talked a little bit about this on Thanksgiving, and I want to think, it wasn't this past Thanksgiving, which would have been 15, it was 2014, and it was on Thanksgiving, and yeah, I don't think it was just this past one, but anyway, I'm just talking about showing love. I don't hold resentment towards my past relationships. I don't hold resentment towards my past loves. You know, I don't. I really have released that. And it took time, and it took patience, and it took working with myself, not other people. It's how you perceive your situation, not the reality is your own perception. Do you know what I mean? And so many people, I see people really struggling. They're struggling with they can't get past certain circumstances, but they're holding on to pain, and they're holding on to resentment, and they're holding on to the why me. Y'all, this is the only life we have, and our days, whether we like to think of it or not, are numbered. And I don't want to spend any of my numbered days radiating hate. I want to show love, because that's when I will receive love, you know? So I was just thinking about some things I had learned over the years, and I tried to get this in a kind of jotted down format, because it's sort of hard to, when you think about things that have helped you over the years, or somebody's like, well, it would be great if you bring us along on like how you plan your meals for the week, or how you plan your shopping trip. Some things that over time have become so second nature, I really have to recap that in my mind. So anyway, I just wanted to do that for y'all on this. And this video is not for everybody, but it will be for somebody. So maybe it's for you, you know? You know, your vital force, your core energy, your calmness, your peacefulness, your higher power that runs through you, your true self. I try to define this, you know, your connection to the highest source, your vital force. You know, we are not the body that we live in. We're not the words that come out. We're the ball of energy inside of us, you know, that was before and during and after. So that's what I'm talking about. Let's just call it the vital force, okay? Your vital force. So let's just say that your vital force, you have that coming in, like you're a vessel of your vital force. Whether you think it is from God, a higher power, the energy of the universe, whatever it is, okay, we're a static spark, you know? So whatever you think that is, you're in direct alignment with that. And here's what can happen. The world is very noisy. And the more static we allow into our life, the more goes on between us and our vital force. You know, our true force, our energy, our being, our reason for being, our cause to be here, okay? So when someone else, let's just say it's a hater, a naysayer, an energy vampire, which is a person who basically drains your energy, and you think, my gosh, this person is draining my energy, I can't. Okay, you're allowing that to happen, because whatever they're doing, it doesn't matter what they're doing, it's your perception of what they're doing. Are you picking up what I'm laying down at the red light? So let's just say you were calm and you were in alignment with your vital force. The world was aligned, okay? And then you come in contact with this person, and maybe it's a new person emerging in your life, or maybe it's a person that is a stagnant energy in your life, or a static force, or whatever. They're always there. They start saying this, okay, they're doing this, or they're thinking whatever towards you. They're thinking like, well, you can't be vegan, like you weren't raised that way, you weren't, or what do you mean, what do you think you're better? Whatever people say, it doesn't matter, okay? Whatever it is that causes that to be not a right for you, okay? Because in your mind, there's somehow right and wrong. And again, that's only from your perception, your perspective, and your life experiences, right? So everyone comes from a different area. But let's just say this person is giving you this negative energy, and you're perceiving that as negative, and your vital force, here's what happens. It creates this static. Because up here you're having these thoughts like, well, this person is, what do they mean they're doing this? Or how could they think? Or do you really think? Or how could you possibly be? Or whatever. Do you see how that felt? It felt like, right? It felt like anything other than calm. So you are allowing that to block and clog your vital force. And what if, in fact, that could create disease in your life? You're not breathing. You're not being what you need to be. You're not being calm. You're not exuding love to the world. What if that could cause dis-ease, or the body not at ease, all these ailments, to be churning and cultivating in your being? I know a lot of people that have been on a really good diet for a long time, and they still have the thoughts where, like, let's just say, for example, they're a married person, and they still have the thoughts of, oh, well, they want to get some kind of gratification from other people besides what they've promised themselves to, or whatever. It's less than optimum in their mind, and they're creating this for themselves. The point is, when you are not creating calm, simplicity, and peacefulness in your life, you could in fact be creating disease. Now back to the vegans spewing hate. What if in fact what if I, as a raw vegan, okay, making sure even down to I'm getting, adequate amount of omega-3, balancing out with omega-6, not too much on that fatty acid. I'm making sure my fats are low, though I'm getting adequate fats. I'm getting enough protein, though not too much. I'm getting blah, blah, blah. What if I'm doing all that, but yet I'm telling you, you suck because you don't think like I think. All this you're doing to me is creating static. In the end of every day and every beginning, I say to myself,